Y'all don't know how to do that?
No, nigga. Just using violent, nigga.
That is abuse. For my oldest
child abuse.
No, it's not. My nigga, I fought a child.
It's the Bummy podcast.
Nigga, your uncle's visually unappealing. Fuck you. Nigga, I'm me.
I'm about to say, you unappealing.
I'm not talking about looks. I'm talking about our stances, how we
just because you just got off just because you got off work at the docks 20 minutes ago, you gotta put the rest on us, nigga.
LA look like he came back from fish and lobster.
The docks is funny.
Just because the deadliest catch season just ended, don't mean you gotta shit on me. Fuck out of here, nigga.
Oh shit.
Oh man, I would love to be on that show just for the simple fact that I would make all those white men mad every day. They'd be like, "What do you got in your net?" I was like, "I didn't even put down the net. I didn't even do it."
You're asking a lot, big dog.
It was cold. I thought we wasn't gonna do it today.
They're gonna cut to you at the confessional. Now, one of these motherfuckers wish me a happy Kwanzaa, and they want me to drop this net.
Oh shit!
They had our people in nets for years.
Premium cotton. You think I'm about to go in there that water? You lost your mind.
My net is made of kente cloth. Okay, I'm not doing that shit.
Oh, drop me off at the shores of Wakanda, nigga. I'm not picking up nothing.
Trying to drown and be in bondage.
Oh my god, I never watched that show, but I've seen all the clips. The clips are just as the same.
That show's not for us, big dog. You ain't never heard a black person say, "So I was watching Deadliest Catch yesterday." No, you've never heard it.
That one and fucking what is it? The big truckers or whatever, the Ice Road Truckers.
Ice Road Truckers, nigga. It's called Ice Road Truckers, nigga. That's on CMT, isn't it? Isn't it on like some country channel or some shit?
No, it was on
my channel.
It was on CMT, AMC.
Nigga, CMT is the country channel.
Those are not channels for us.
Let me see what channel.
Those are not channels for us.
Okay, so who put your guesses in? What channel was Ice Road Truckers on?
It's TLC. For sure.
I was gonna say I think it was TLC.
It's TLC for sure. But I remember seeing the trailer and I was just like, "Wow,
we're both wrong."
Discover America
was on History Channel.
No, History Channel.
It comes on right after Ancient Aliens.
The aliens, yeah. Ancient Aliens.
No, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. It was on for 10 seasons on the History Channel.
10 seasons.
10 seasons.
Hey,
that's more than
wild. Look, man, we rag on white people a lot, but goddamn, they got a chokehold on the economy.
On
boy.
the whites? They got a chokehold on the whites.
They got a chokehold.
Okay.
They convinced
their
History
foot
Channel
on the neck of the whites.
My nigga, look how many people watch these shows like American Pickers. We're coming to get your trash and find out it's worth money. And white people watch that shit religiously. Religiously.
Duck Commander? What was that shit? With the brothers that owned the Duck Dynasty.
They made a bunch of fucking racist niggas in camo rich overnight.
They had duck calls that just said nigger when they blowed into it.
All I knew about them niggas was the oldest one played quarterback with like fucking Archie Manning at Ole Miss. That's all I knew about them niggas. Them AC/DC beard having ass niggas. I don't know shit about Duck Dynasty. What was the show even about?
Them running a company. They sold duck whistles.
Yeah,
that was the company.
No,
I'm
that's
dead
the
ass.
whole thesis.
Yeah, it's like their family life on top of like living in Louisiana and owning a duck and buck hunting company.
Mm-hmm.
Duck Commander
is going on here? That's what I need to know, man. You white folks are so easily entertained, big dog. I don't even know what to tell you, man. You fucking whites is crazy.
Wow.
Then again, what can I say? We got our black asses be watching shows about tattoo artists.
We got Zeus Network.
Fucking, we got Black Ink Crew.
Black,
the fuck is wrong with you niggas?
Black women arguing at each other.
I saw a clip of Zeus Network and it was just a bitch stripping. I was just like, whoa, this is just regular TV.
So how much is a subscription?
She was butt ass naked. They said Zeus. I said, damn, they could just run this. That's it. This ain't even Showtime, Cinemax.
I'm paying for it, so whatever.
$5.99.
Nigga.
Oh,
that's $5.99
Comcast cable. know what I'm saying?
Just $60 a year. You get the full subscription, you know?
Prime time. Similar to this show, which is entertainment time for Do the Wrong Thing podcast, featuring your boy L.A. Your host, also with us, the one and only, the spirit gunner himself, the Wes Craven of rap, Cam, motherfucking Archer.
All I can tell you is that he's gay. Gay.
Ooh,
That's such a good show, man.
Also with us, the family man, the late man, the one with all the facts and the lyrics.
The shot.
The one who I imagine hit a bunch of hole-in-ones today. The director, Javon Johnson.
It's getting deep, pause.
And the 18th hole? Give us your fact. Yeah, follow up with a fact after that. Give us a holy fact.
I can't. You guys fill me out.
We're changing it up, baby.
I was just gonna do some soccer bopper lyrics, but
Sock 'em bopper, bop 'em once, and you can bop 'em twice.
more fun than a pillow fight.
Like, why is that the comparison? Like, you know how hard I used to hit niggas with sock 'em bumpers? Hey, okay,
Wait.
so y'all didn't have no older siblings or family members who used to make you and the other younger siblings fight with sock 'em bumpers on in the living room
With one on each hand?
Yeah, you would. It would be like the Beat It video. Yeah, no, it'd be like the Beat It video, because like one would have on one, because you couldn't afford both. You couldn't afford two pairs of soccer bumpers, so you would have one of you would have on one, and the other would have other, and y'all would be cracking each other with soccer. Y'all know how to do that?
No, nigga. Just
Y'all
you
ain't
violent
good.
niggas.
That is
Blaming me
abuse.
for my
That is
older
child abuse.
No, it's not. My nigga, I fought a child.
As a child.
I was a child. I fought a child.
Clip that. I fought a child.
I don't see the problem.
I feel like you wore your,
problem.
I feel like you wore your soccer boppers loose, so like they would come off. You be like, oops. Keep going. They were like, let's see who wins.
My nigga, this nigga said I had a half inflated soccer bumper.
Deflate.
I'm already basically. I'm already hitting him basically. What are you talking about?
Nigga went in like Iron Mike. Let's see
My
how
man,
the rounds
my man
go.
said I hit a child so smooth, like it didn't flinch or anything. I was fighting a child.
Because I was a child too, nigga. It was me against another child. Like,
He didn't set it up. He
Nigga,
didn't clarify. He just said, I hit a child.
you. I don't believe you.
I hit a child.
okay, first of all, how long do you
17
think
is still a child, Cam.
how long you think they manufacture sock and bumpers? That's my question. Motherfuckers was going
man.
with skip it. Oh my god! So y'all ain't never have to ain't never played like skip it battle royale where one person had to skip it and they would just kind of swing it around and chase the kids. Y'all didn't do that?
Chase of the kids. No.
Yeah, you would swing. You can't put on your foot. You just swing that bitch around. If the nigga's in the way, kapow! You get hit with the skip it. You gotta get out the way. Y'all didn't do that?
Yes, dog, yes.
No, I didn't.
Hey, bro, I
Why
feel like
is
me and
what's
Bane.
my childhood so
It
similar to
wasn't me.
yours?
I'm just saying, man. You know, real niggas did real things. Repeat that, man.
Oh my god.
Not say it, man. I swear to God, sure, bro. Sure, real niggas do real shit.
Also with us, the solid no more producer, Big Body Bane himself, Josh Mar Dinez.
AKA the nigga man.
Hey, they still selling soccer boppers on Amazon for $12.99.
Oh, you bullshit. We ordering them right now. We got to do this.
It'll get here on Tuesday.
And this will be a segment. Me and LA doing that the first day, and we see each other on a live pod. We doing the sock and boppers battles.
Why do I feel like he already has them? You're like, I'm ordering it right now. It's just in the closet.
That nigga's been having his sons fight with sock and bumpers for the past 6 months. He trying to act like I'm the sicko.
Story time. This morning, just randomly, because of the way he was laying on the bed, I put my son in the walls of Jericho. he didn't know what was happening. He was like, "What's going on?" I was like,
"What's going on?" While I'm in the walls of Jericho, it's crazy.
I just started saying, "The walls of Jericho," and he's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Tap out," and then he finally tapped out, and then that's when I knew we have to start watching wrestling. It's time.
My nigga, you know how painful that move is? What you mean?
Yes.
This nigga inflicted all types of trauma on his kid and said,
and
let me show you why I did that.
And didn't explain anything.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I was
this is why Michael Jackson hated his father.
I won't explain it. I'll just press play and then he'll find out.
These are why
the walls down.
This is why parents get the calls from home. They'd be like, "Your son's in detention." I was like, "What did he do?" He was like, "He just screamed walls of Jericho and grabbed another child."
The walls of Jericho.
I will say I knew when it was time to stop doing wrestling moves in school because I was doing them consistently. And then my friend broke another kid's nose doing the Fame Master. Yeah, at school. I was doing wrestling moves on kids at school all the time. And then my friend, we didn't like this kid, but he hit him with a Fame Master and broke his nose. And we were like, damn, I guess that's the end of that, huh?
Well, I guess the fun's over. Let's all go home.
Cam lived a violent childhood.
Okay, wait. One more. So y'all never played Battle Royale where you guys remember that like dome? Like the metal dome thing you were playing on the playground?
If anything you about to say next
like
is outside
of the
N64,
like in the playground,
yeah,
if it's outside, the answer is no.
It's like hexagons, like a metal hexagon gym.
Like a metal hexagon. Y'all never played Battle Royale where you had to knock all the other kids off and you had to be the last kid standing?
Yeah, we just didn't call it that.
I have done that.
We called it.
I have done that. We called it King of the Hill. King of the Hill.
What'd you call it, Dane?
Can't say it anymore.
Oh, tell me it doesn't involve the word smearing.
It does involve the word smearing in it.
No.
Okay, no, but see,
there was a show around that time that had that same kind of concept of like knocking the people off the dome thing. So that's what we did. We used to beat the shit out of each other, bro.
That name we used to call it, because I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
We used to play with that with football.
STQ.
Yes.
Yeah, with football.
Yeah.
Whoever caught the ball. Yeah. It's funny because we never called it that.
Everybody had to tackle them.
We never called it that because we cared about people's lives and opinions back then too in my neighborhood. But it's cool. I know we wasn't all. All skin folk and kin folk, I know. But that is what it is.
I fight kids, but I care about the community.
I fight kids, but I'm like respectful of their choices.
Let me paint the picture for y'all. Antonio comes and picks up his son. Mm-hmm. All right, hold on. Let me paint the picture. Antonio pulls up in the Yaris. He gets out knees first from a call from the school.
Knees first.
What happened?
A little ass car. I gotta get out knees first.
Your son was assaulted by 4 other kids in his class for no real reason. We haven't figured it out. You think he not about to romp and stomp all 4 of them kids? Yeah. Or he just gonna be putting them kids in the walls of Jericho. Look what he just did to his son. You think he won't do that to another child?
I haven't thought about what I would do with that. I hear like those stories of like kids getting bullied, and it's like, I don't know if I would touch the kid. But 100%, I'm asking the kid where his dad is. Like, where's your dad? So we can run one. We got to run one. So wherever pops, find him.
Yeah, my first step is making sure my child knows how to fight. That's my first step. Because you need to know how to defend yourself.
So after I do that,
you need to know how to defend yourself. Then I go back
and I be like, son, don't have me out here like that again.
Yeah, but then you can't. No, you can't do that because then it ruins the whole self-defense thing. Because now you're just picking a fight with a nigga and beating him up. I'm pulling my kid off rip and saying, "Hey, yo, you have to defend yourself. Don't start a fight. Just be ready to end it if somebody messes with you."
Yeah, you gotta get ready. If you stay ready,
somebody beat you up. Ooh, I'm gonna fuck their dad up. You gotta. Like,
but the first you posed you said that he was jumped. That's different. Yeah. If it's a 1-on-1, then it's like, son, you just I can't say nothing to the man. Take
yeah, absolutely. But if you're getting bullied, if you're like
if it's like a weird type of bully or you got jumped, that's different. I would just catch if you catch a 1-on-1 and you can lose a 1-on-1, then you win some, you lose some. Yeah. But you live. You live to fight another day.
I was definitely the bully beater upper.
What up, you Duke, son?
Fuck man. I was definitely the bully 65. Beater upper kid. I was always fighting the bullies because they were usually smaller than me too. So it was always like, "Oh, you bullying that kid over there? Come here, let me holler at you real quick." But then in turn, I was definitely a bully because I literally had a bully one time, and I just walked around him in a circle like, "You a bitch," you know that? And I just kept walking around him, and he was afraid I was gonna hit him.
Stalked him.
And the kid he was bullying was next to me. I was like, you see how soft he is? You see how much of a bitch he is? Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. You say something else, let me know. Don't you say nothing.
Man, stalked him like a lion.
You can pull the Jaws method.
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up.
Man.
But hey,
What show is this that we're recording today?
Hey, yo, Bane, do your fucking job, bro. What the fuck?
Wait. LA has to finish the intro.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. I got taken aback. I got taken aback by this nigga living a Squid Game early in life.
He said it was the entertainment time episode. He said that already.
I did. I don't listen, wrongdoers. I don't have an official intro for this show yet, so bear with us. I'll get loose eventually.
We're still three black men.
For those who may have missed it, we have decided to separate our standard topic podcast with our entertainment time podcast and our new run it back format where we're going over series of films.
Yes.
So this is an entertainment time episode. You're welcome.
Enjoy.
Grateful fucks. Jesus
fucking
Christ.
enjoy.
Yeah, y'all gonna take whatever we give you. You're gonna press play regardless.
Make it enough.
On this first week's episode, we're gonna discuss You People, Last of Us, and some Oscar nominations. And what our thoughts are. Now, traditionally, we've all seen the content that we're going to review, but some people, we're not going to name no names, who had extra time, decided to hit the links instead of watch these shows and films. So,
nigga, thank you, Jordan.
Me, Cam, and occasionally Bane are going to go over Kendra Bear's and Jonah Hill's new Netflix Pass movie.
Guess who part 2?
Guess who remix.
Guess who Electric Boogaloo. Well, no, the second Guess Who was Bernie Mac as the dad. So yeah, it's the same premise technically. An Ashton Kutcher as the husband.
It's been done multiple times. This has been the most, I guess, current, up-to-date version because there's, I don't know, sneakers in it.
I gotta be honest. I don't know how many times this has been done because I don't really check for this format of romantic comedy. I know Guess Who, and of course the original Guess Who was Sidney Poitier. Mm-hmm. We have what's the other one? We have a whole bunch about meeting the parents. Adam Sandler. Yeah, there's one with Chris Rock and Adam Sandler. But I'm talking about the mixed race one because everybody was trying to say we got all these mixed race ones, and I'm like, do we? I'm not that familiar or privy with them. I can get saying you're over the meet the parents angle though. It just seems like a common trope.
We got Monster Our Family Wedding,
Meet the Parents, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, Mamma Mia. I'm Getting Married, Fuck Me, whatever that shit was called. You know,
the Big Sick with Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh, Big Sick.
Is that Meet the Family? That's not Meet the Family though, right?
Yeah. He meets the family when she's in a coma.
That's mitigating circumstances. It's not like, hey, I'm going to bring you home to meet the family. It's hey, tell the kid family to come look at my almost corpse. And that's all. Isn't that what happened in real life to him? With him and this lady or some shit like that?
I think so.
Yeah.
What a way to meet her.
Right. But yeah, no, I mean, what is that? What's that I'm hearing in the background? Who's that?
Hold on one second. Hey, niggas in the living room, I'm recording my podcast.
Oh man, I was like, am I crazy? I'm hearing extra voices.
Yeah, my bad, y'all.
Yeah, you're good.
There's a film from 1999 called
Boomerang.
Liberty Heights.
Liberty Heights.
What?
Yeah. And it is about a Jewish man and a black Muslim woman.
Oh.
Written by Barry Levinson.
Oh, so this idea has literally been done before. Congratulations, Keaton. But
it hasn't been done with this flavor.
It hasn't been done with sneakers yet, or Eddie Murphy.
I will say somebody pointed out that like Adam Sandler been in how many movies with a bunch of baddies, but y'all mad that Jonah Hill was with Laura London? I was like, they had that nigga with Salma Hayek. Come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's gotten away with a lot. It's really criminal for all the things he's getting to do. He's with Jennifer Aniston again. I guess they're doing a second part of a movie that he did that I didn't watch. But anyway, Netflix Pass. The movie and the premise is a movie that people of this podcast know I'm not too inclined to watch. Romantic comedies. It's not really my genre. Not my thing. The idea, I thought, with Kenya Barris behind it and Jonah Hill, that they would creatively do something different, and they did not. Like the beginning started, like the first act started with slightly different, and the meet cute this time around was funny. Meet cutes are usually annoying and never funny. It's always like they bump into each other and the cake spills, or they spill a drink or something like that. It's usually formulaic like that. This one was slightly different, a little bit funnier. Mostly just because Jonah Hill and Lauren London did really well in the scene. But after that first act, it all followed the same tropes of every other romantic comedy, where like they have an inexplicable argument that separates them, and then the time gap, and then they get back together. Which the ending of this movie is so egregious, and we'll get there. But did you like any parts of this movie? Because there are some parts that I thought were legitimately funny, and most of it was just like not. It fell flat for the majority of the film for me. You enjoy at least more romantic comedies than I do, so I don't know if you felt different.
Yeah, I did, because I enjoy romantic comedy. So this is a romantic comedy. Like, it was a romantic comedy with real conversations that are technically sprinkled in the middle, with the whole Jewish and African American stuff going on in the middle of that shit, which is what you don't usually get in a romantic comedy or movies like this. So while it was cringe, it's cringe because it's uncomfortable, because it's not a conversation you want to sit in, but it's a conversation that you could probably expect to happen if this type of groups got together in this type of setting. You could probably expect that this is going to come up when you have somebody who's as ignorant as Julia Louise Dreyfus's character is around somebody who's as at least formally, quote unquote, acting Millicent as Eddie Murphy's character was. Mm-hmm. So you can kind of expect those things to happen. The beginning was good. I like the beginning. The middle was like, okay. And the ending was a romantic comedy ending. Like, I don't know what you expect from a romantic comedy, but 99% of the time, it's some hokey, hacky shit that's never going to happen in real life. Ever.
I agree. So, it's the worst part to me.
It wrapped up in romantic comedy fashion. So I didn't have that big of an issue. And I was just really confused at people expecting some overarching message from a romantic comedy. I didn't get the reasoning for that.
I think the problem that some people had from what I saw was that there's so many lofty ideas that are placed in a movie that's so formulaic that they didn't really give themselves.
What do you mean by lofty?
So like the Jewish Muslim conversations and stuff like that, like it feels very in the sense that like they just solved like all their problems immediately.
I don't think it did.
The movie presents it that way, I guess, is what I'm saying.
I get it. It's that they solved their problems within their own circle of their situation.
Yeah.
It's not like they were like, Jewish and Muslim relations have been fixed.
Yeah.
They didn't do nothing like that.
Call Israel and Palestine immediately.
Yeah. And even then, even within her apology, she was fucking up. So you could tell it wasn't like something perfect. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like she got everything right, or there was some penultimate scene where somebody's saying something racially insensitive about Laura London, and then here comes Julia Louis Dreyfus to go, I get it now, and you're wrong, and here's why, and she's around the corner like, like there was none of that shit. Like that would have been more so towards the lofty nature, as opposed to which we actually got, which is two parents who were just like, all right, well, our kids want to be happy.
Yeah. There was like I said, there are some.
The most unrealistic thing is these niggas' podcast got picked up in 3 months. Fuck them.
So let's dissect it a little bit. Before I do, Bane, what were your thoughts on the movie? Because you had a different perspective.
AKA your life story.
Yeah, no joke. Jesus Christ.
Jonah Hill came and talked to
you. Yeah, Jonah Hill hired me to be a consultant on the film. Yeah, and it was really great because, I said, I too am also working in the podcast industry in the black spaces and want to.
He said, yeah, whatever. Go find me some Witherspoon Air Maxes. All right? Shop.
I was so mad because I want those shoes so badly, and
they had a matching pair. And you know what? I don't know why people are also mad.
Bouquet. Oh,
didn't they only kiss in the movie like once? They were always hugging and shit. It was more like, why were people? Never mind. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, no.
I thought ultimately, that there were a lot of really clever jokes and scenarios written. Cringe humor is not my favorite, so there's a lot of part of the film that didn't sit well with me. It made me uncomfortable. But I think that was kind of the point. I think like if you're going to talk about an overarching message, that is the overarching message, is that family is messy, and that you end up, especially if you have two different cultures, having messy conversations, and it doesn't always lead to like happiness, rainbows, and butterflies. But what I did like about the film was I liked Lauren London's performance. I liked Jonah Hill's performances, and I really did think that I think Julia Louise Dreyfus made me laugh the most probably in the film with a lot of her mistakes and stuff.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I loved seeing the collection of talent that they got to put together in this film. There are lots of moments that did not land. Like all the stuff with Andrew Schultz did not land. The strongest actor.
I feel like he was ad-libbing a lot of his shit too.
He was,
and
definitely.
And it just goes to show you that Andrew Schultz is not fucking funny. Once again,
the strongest character, the strongest actor in the whole film though was probably Sam J, and that was my takeaway from the film.
Really, I thought Eddie was the strongest one.
I did too. I thought Sam J was the one not acting the most because like I've seen her show on HBO
Sam
Max.
J was just really saying what she would say to her white friend in this scenario.
It is if you watch her show, which it's a great show, you should absolutely watch on HBO Max.
And her stand-ups,
I've never seen her stand-up. This is my first exposure.
Really, she has a stand-up from a couple of years ago. That's really fucking funny.
She is
really
very
fucking funny.
Josh, I would highly suggest you watch her show on HBO Max.
Definitely.
But in the beginning of her shows, it's just her talking to her mostly comedy friends. And they're like conversations that cue up the things that she's going to be talking about later in the episode. And the conversations she's having is very much what she's doing in the first act of this movie. And it's really just her. I was like, it's the most non-acting acting I've ever seen because she's literally just being her. Like, it's not deviating from her at all.
It definitely stood out. Like, whatever it was that she was doing, whether it's her act being applied to her character as an actor, or if it was like written in that way, it stood out. Eddie Murphy did great. I think Eddie Murphy playing that militant Muslim role was awesome.
Eddie Murphy saying
like the scene with the kufi and going over the history of the kufi he was wearing killed me. It was hilarious. But I expect that from Eddie Murphy, which is why I didn't. Oh,
you giving him the MJ for going for his fourth MVP?
A little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm giving him a little bit.
At that rate, give it to Taco.
Dude, Taco.
Shout out to Taco
on the plane made me had me laughing.
He was great.
Yeah, he was funny.
No, I think the funniest part to me just because, I don't know why, the cocaine scene.
The cocaine scene was very funny. Yeah.
Where's your cocaine dealer?
I think the part
comes in, tosses on the coke.
I think the part that made me laugh was when Eddie was on the plane with Sam J. And he asked her something. He was like, "I have titties." He was like, "Oh," and then he goes to sit next to his son. He was like, "Did you know?" Titties? Like, yeah, they're on his chest. They're on his chest.
Yeah, that's the line that Taco gave.
Yeah. I have titties.
You and your friend? You and your friend here? I enjoyed it, man.
There's something weird about Eddie saying nigga again, though. I don't know. I didn't watch, what was it? Coming to America 2. I don't know if he said nigga in that. But like, see, because he's been so many family-friendly things since then. It was just like hearing him like be adult Eddie again was kind of jarring at the beginning because it didn't feel like it felt like he was playing off character. I was like, no, this is him.
Yeah, he's playing the straight man. Let me just once again reiterate that we had a scene that included Julia Louise Dreyfus, Lauren London, Young Miami, Lala,
everything you wanted,
and Nia Long.
Yeah. It's like a Twix milk bar.
I'm about to bust. That shit was
like a little cereal.
Hold on. I think I got something for this.
God. Let me tell you something, Bucko, because I was
the worst parts of the movie for sure. Oh, wait, one last thing that was kind of funny. It was when they were doing niggas in Paris, which started off really cringy. I didn't like it, and then it grew as the bit kept going. I was like, okay, this is funny. It was like, I don't know what is. I don't know where they are or like what they're actually saying.
What they're actually doing.
The beat is really what I. He was like, no, I think they're in Paris, but there's something in Paris. What are they in Paris? What are they doing in Paris? I was like, I don't really know. But no, the two parts that I hated of this is definitely them having the podcast, him quitting his finance job, and then just getting picked up by Complex because their fucking podcast was so entertaining.
I would have liked this movie a lot more if he had just been selling sneakers and started a podcast and quit his sneaker selling job. But the fact that he was a finance bro was really like, what.
Come on, let's be serious. It was
very on the nose. Yes.
Yeah, let's be fucking serious. But I feel like probably Kenya Barris wrote that part. But the part that got me the most that I hated is the ending where 3 months goes by and the movie painstakingly makes it clear that they have not spoken to each other in these 3 months. the parents get together, decide to have them meet without telling them, right? This is the first time they've seen each other clearly in 3 months. And then they say, hey, we got a surprise for you. And they set up a wedding. Jonah has been on dates since then. The movie shows us this. Presumably she has too. And they just get married in front of a fucking Sean Weatherspoon bouquet.
I know you don't.
Like, that's the most unbelievable bullshit I've ever seen in my life.
Because you don't watch romantic comedies.
Romantic comedies. Yeah, it's called True Love.
Fam,
I think is what you're looking for.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, look how many movies we see where people be distant for months and months, and then I'm gonna just run into this airport before she gets on this plane. And profess my love. Like,
and
she's
that's
not gonna
post
have to pay
9/11,
fees.
dog. They still get into the game.
I would have been fine with them getting back together. But
Like, she wasn't gonna have to. Like, I ain't got to pay these fees now for this ticket that I'm not gonna be able to get in because you want to come and kiss me on the tarmac. What the fuck is wrong with you?
It was the shotgun wedding of it all, and I was just like, all right, this is too much.
That's what real love is, dog.
I agree. Yeah, no,
you don't watch
no
enough
facts.
romantic comedies, bro. This is standard fare. This is not that crazy. They were engaged 3 months ago. It's not like they broke up 3 years before this. It'd have been 3 months. All right. You ever had your heart broken? 3 months is like 5 days.
Oh, but yeah, that's you people. I give it a 5 out of 10 on the do the wrong thing scale.
Damn. So you're saying it's not better than Predator?
It's not better than Predator. It's definitely not better than Predator. Predator, I'll watch it again.
This nigga really gave Prey an 8. That's insane.
That was the craziest shit ever.
Prey at 8 is madness. That is madness.
This is like a 6. This is like a 6.
Yeah.
Bane, what do you give it?
I would say it's like a 6 Mushus out of 10 Mushus. Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of Mushus. That's a good amount of Mushus in there. What about you over there, Antonio? What would you give it? Just someone who hasn't seen it.
Just off rip, what's your gut instinct?
Yeah, just first instinct.
Do you hate love?
You've heard the debate.
I don't know. I just know that Prey being 8 is wild. That's what I'll say. That's insane. Like, that's wild. And we need to make fun of him for this, like, regularly.
And we will clown him for the rest of our days.
Because now everything is by that bar now.
It doesn't have to be, you know what I mean? Break out the Matrix.
Like, if a really good movie comes out and you're like, yo, that was a solid 8 out of 10. We're gonna be like, as 8, Prey?
Yeah.
That's what. Sorry, camera went out. Let's talk about something that legitimately is great. Last of Us. Been waiting to talk about this for quite some time. This is something that all 4 of us have seen, thankfully. And on HBO Max Pass. This is a video game.
At the point of us recording, episode 4 is just
episode
dropping.
4
but
is
we're
literally dropping as we're talking. Yes,
we're talking 1 through 3.
We'll be an episode behind, but yes, 1 through 3 is out right now, currently as of recording. It's a video game adaptation based off a Naughty Dog property, directed by Neil Druckmann and Craig Mazin, who is also responsible for such shows as Chernobyl, which is also on HBO Max. It is
Chernobyl pass.
Chernobyl, yeah, definitely. It is without a doubt the best video game adaptation ever done to film currently. Now, I think I'm the only one on the panel that's actually played the game in full. I know Big Body Bane is currently going through it for the first time. Is that right?
Yeah. Playing through it, trying to play through it as I'm watching the show.
Yeah, and Antonio and Cam, did you guys even know that it was a video game prior to this coming out, and you just never played it?
Nigga, we not like nigga act like
I'm just making sure. I don't know.
Like we don't be outside.
I just had to ask. Some people don't know.
Hold on, where's my hat? I'm outside. What you mean? Did you know this was a video game?
I knew this was a video game.
Oh, in California, do they do that? The fuck is wrong with you, nigga?
I just had to be sure.
Fucking Scully is on too tight. The fuck is wrong with you? We know there was a video game first, nigga. What? Yeah, it was on Atari, right?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people legitimately that didn't know or still don't know that it was adapted from a video game.
And they're losers. You hear that? People who didn't know this was a video game, you're a loser.
I agree. It came on a PlayStation. It's been remastered dozens of times. Definitely go.
Wait. Nobody here. That doesn't apply to anybody else's. Anybody here, right?
What?
Nobody here is gonna be offended by that, right?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Good, because you're stupid. You didn't know it was a game first. You stupid. Continue.
So came out on PlayStation. It's PlayStation 5 was the launch of The Last of Us 2, which this season has already been greenlit for season 2, which I imagine is going to follow all of that. So we're definitely going to spoil. I'm going to spoil some of the game up into the series that the show is currently at, but not too much because I know a Big Body Bane is playing through it, and we're going to do full spoilers for all 3 episodes as of it is out right now. So if you haven't seen it yet as of this recording, you're fucking late. You started a new episode. Catch up. So I want to pick the brain of both Cam and Antonio who haven't played the game yet. What is your thoughts? I'm starting with Antonio. What is your thoughts on this show thus far?
Tight. Cool. It's solid.
Solid.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And that was a thought provided by Antonio.
Brought to you by Antonio Johnson.
That review is brought to us by Snickers. You're not black if you're hungry. Have a Snickers.
No, see, like for me, we watch a lot of properties, like movies and shows that are based off of existing properties. Mm-hmm. If you're thinking about superhero movies, blah blah blah, whatever, like and I know, I think me less than any of the other guys, I don't really care about how well it follows the original. Like, that doesn't really matter to me. Mm-hmm. I'm like, because I don't think you should be given a pass.
Breaking news: Antonio thinks that Resident Evil films were just amazing.
I don't, because what happens is, like, a movie will be mid, but because it like checks all of the comic or show or game boxes, then it's like, oh yeah, look, they did that, and I'm like, that doesn't really matter to me. I'm like, if you're gonna put something out, it's gotta hit. Okay. So
I feel like the only comic movie that did that was Watchmen, that actually checked every box and it was good. Like, Watchmen was almost like frame for frame, beat for beat, and that movie's fire. Mm-hmm. But every other one,
I got a lot of flack for being beat for beat too.
Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm. And those people are stupid.
For me, to me, that's what makes something like
the AC Slater,
over the top. Yeah, that's what makes something like over the top. If you did a good job in the medium that you're presenting it, but I could also, commend you for your tiebacks. But anyways, so that's why I didn't want to wait to play the game. I just wanted to watch the show, and without knowing anything about the game, and also with them having to go up against the fact that there have already been like a million zombie shows, it was refreshing to me to kind of see the way that they didn't really get into a lot of the same camp, those same tropes that we typically see. And they've done a good job, and we'll get into episode 3 specifically, but they did a good job of telling like actual kind of like basic human stories that all happen to be taking place in the middle of a zombie apocalypse,
Have there been a million zombie shows, or did Walking Dead just not fucking end?
There's what are there? There's
The Walking Dead. Z Nation is one of them.
There's another one. There's a few.
I really think that Walking Dead's just been running for so long.
There's a spin-off.
And I'm also
a lot.
And I'm also not just thinking. I'm also not just talking about shows, just movies in general. Just and they all kind of follow the same tropes, and and I guess rightfully so. If you're going to do a zombie movie, I guess, or a show, you kind of have to hit those.
Yeah. There's a couple iZombies and stuff like that. Yeah.
The writing on this has been A1 so far. Mm-hmm. Episode 3, I think, is like Emmy. It's Emmy conversation. Like,
it's already in the conversation for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I will say this: I don't know who picks these shows, but like, I can't remember the last time HBO missed.
Yeah.
Like, even the shows that I'm not into, like what's the one with all the whiny white kids of the rich guy?
Succession.
Succession. Like I'm not into it, but it's a hit. Like it maybe
people love it.
What was it? What was the Rock? What was Rock's one?
Ballers.
I love Ballers.
But that was it. But people liked it, so I can't even say that. So I mean, like they do a really good job of picking these shows, and you know the way that it's written, and it seemed like they've also like kind of gone against a model of theirs, which is like to throw like sex scenes in like every movie, which is kind of like a big HBO, Max type thing. But it was. I wanted to watch this show, and I wanted the show to make me want to play the game. Yeah, and that was one of the bars that I've been going off of, and so far it's making me want to go and play the game.
Awesome.
Instead of wanting to play the game and then seeing how it matched it. So to that extent, they've been knocking it out the park.
Cam, what about you?
Tight. I enjoy, as somebody who came here and landed on Plymouth Rock. I was not aware that The Last of Us was a Nintendo game, but Nintendo
GameCube exclusive.
One of them video rigmaroles.
One of them coin doohickeys. I didn't know
them cable link devices.
Oh man. You go down to the cinema store and rent it out.
Head to the Blockbuster.
You gotta get that one from the Hollywood video.
Yeah, no, I know about the game. I don't know much of the actual full story. I know more about the second story than I do the first one, but it's funny. The funny thing is, when I got my PlayStation 4, it was the free game with the PS4, and I just didn't download it. I just didn't care. I was like, nigga, I'm playing Madden. But heard great things. And I mean, as soon as you see Pedro Pascal,
fantastic,
the star of Mario Kart, you already know the level of quality you're gonna get. So I was surprised at the casting of Ellie, but I'm not going to dogpile on a child. Well, she's not even a child. She's like an adult, right?
18, I believe.
Yeah, but I'm still not going to dogpile on some girl for no fucking reason. You weirdos get a life.
Yeah.
She's a great actress though, so that's fine.
She's fucking killing it. God damn it.
And I once again, because I am one of those sticklers. I'm one of those people, RE, the Resident Evil series, no pun intended, where if you just fuck up you got a good thing right here, and you just deviate from it and fuck it up, I'm gonna be mad because I love those games. Now, since I don't play the Last of Us games, I fall back to Los Angeles to be like, hey, yo, is this accurate or no? Because I think it's fire, but is it wrong? And so far, you've said that it's been pretty much accurate, or if they've deviated, it hasn't actually altered how the plot will go for the actual story. Correct. So in that case, I can kind of sit back and then just put on the regular viewer eyes, because I don't want to be a hypocrite and be like, well, I like the show. I don't give a fuck if you like Mila Jovovich's shit ass movies, you fuck face. You're the reason why they won't stop. You're a fucking clown. You keep spending your money on that bullshit. I hope you like Monster Hunter. I hope it's up your ass, you fucking asshole. This is your fucking fault. Her and her stupid ass husband making these dumb ass fucking movies. Yeah, we all like fucking Mortal Kombat, but that didn't mean he needed to come and take the Resident Evil series and flush it down the fucking toilet and put fucking Michelle Rodriguez in a movie and turn her into a fucking zombie and kill her, and then put the stars in the second movie and then kill them off in like 5 fucking minutes. So with Last of Us, I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. And honestly, throughout the first 3 episodes, I've been thoroughly entertained. Very, very tense first episode. You really got drawn into that. The second episode lets you then see what the clickers look like, which bravo on the fucking practical effects for that.
Fucking amazing.
My roommate who plays the games, he was an episode behind, and he asked me, did they like CGI the clickers? And I was like, no, bro, it's practical effects, and they look very unsettling. And then he watched it and went, wow, this is insane. So shout out to them for that. And shout out to them for keeping one of the creators so close to the show of the game. He's a co-creator of the show as well. 2. Yeah, so that's really, really dope. And then episode 3 was obviously just an amazing story. And shout out to Nick Offerman, aka Ron Swanson. One of my favorite gifts of all time.
He's the GOAT.
For his performance in that episode. So yeah, no, I'm here for it so far. I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad they got greenlit for season 2. I just hope that they do this properly and don't wear out their well. Walking Dead, please just stop, please. You've deviated. Like Walking Dead deviated so much away from the comic that it was like you really don't give a fuck about ending this properly. You just don't give a fuck. The 2 of the remaining characters aren't even in the comic book. Just made them up.
Yeah,
just made them up.
Mm-hmm.
Money.
Big Body Bane. As someone who's replaying the game now and simultaneously watching the show, what are your thoughts on it so far?
I'm gonna keep it brief because we've been running a little long. Mm-hmm. But
man, here this nigga so go, far, man. Here comes Time Cop.
It's my job, dog.
I didn't know we were playing Time Crisis.
We are. Yeah.
My bad.
And I got my foot on the pedal. And I got my foot on my pedal to speak out with the gun, you know?
I didn't know we were in Back to the Future.
So far, the show has been really great. From a technical side, I really fell in love with a lot of the camera angles and the overall look of the world that they established. Mm-hmm. That first opening scene in episode 1 hooked really well. And when you do a side-by-side comparison with the game, how similar the 2 are, that shit locks you in. It really feels visceral, feels real. You start to think like about how you would manage your home in that situation. You think about like what you would do to get out of the city, out of the town. For me, the shit was too real because I live in Austin, and the opening sequence takes place in like Lockhart, which is right outside of Austin. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, I don't know. I really like it. I'm really enjoying the playthrough, going side by side with the show. I don't know if I'll stick with it, but the show is really well done, and I think the casting choices have been really close, really close. The woman who plays Marlene in the show was the same person who played the voice actress and for the character in the game. So yeah, so that's really cool. That's like her 4th time playing that role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for a little trivia between the show and the game, episode 1 is almost beat for beat matches the game. They made subtle changes, but for the most part, how it goes in the game is kind of like how it goes there. The only thing that's really truly different is the fleshing out of the character of Joel's daughter, who you get more time with in the show than you do within the game. And they leave these little Easter eggs of how the infection started, how they were able to not get infected, which I thought was really clever. And having one of the most terrifying scenes in the show where one of the deviations that they have is in the video game, it's spores is what helps the infection outside of a bite mark or a bite. And they practically, it doesn't really work, right? Especially we've gone through COVID and aerial disease and pathogens and stuff like that and how they travel. So it didn't make a lot of sense for the show to replicate that. So what they did instead was they still use cordyceps, which if you're unfamiliar, it's a fungus that can take over. There's a lot of different types of cordyceps, but this one in particular can take over a human, or not a human host, but mostly animals. This one's mutated to take over humans. And they actually show the tendrils coming out of this old woman. When they soft focus on the old woman and she's like cracking her neck and like opening her mouth super wide.
That scene was crazy. I like, yeah, this is good. This is good.
But when they show that woman and she opens her mouth and you can see the tendrils coming out of her mouth, fucking terrifying. That's not in the game, but what a great addition to it. You also, the daughter, I did not know this till later. It's Thandie Newton's daughter.
Oh, wow.
Did not know that. Yeah, that's Thandie Newton's daughter. Obviously, she mentioned because there was a whole Nepo baby thing, and she talked about that or whatever. How yes, it was easier to get that role because of who my parents are. So her father is famous too. I can't remember for what, but yeah, she did a great job though. Regardless, she did a fantastic job playing Joel's daughter. Yeah, episode 2, another deviation. They cold open with the doctor in Jakarta, and the flower and how that ended up happening. But her performance, I wish I knew the lady's name, the actress' name, but her performance in India and being the doctor and her realizing what's going on, and he's asking like, "What you need a response. We need like a vaccine." And she was just like, "Bomb, you need to bomb everything. I want to go be with my family." An amazing 5 minutes sequence that really just amplifies all the things that are going on in the game. And again, if for anybody who's played the game and is watching the show, the moments that match hit so well, and the things that deviate, for example, the idea that the cordyceps are all connected is not a concept that's in the game. So him saying that if you step on a vine here, 2 miles away, they'll feel it and they'll know exactly what you are and they're going to be on you. That's not something that was introduced. And if there's another podcast that Troy Baker, who voiced Joel in the game, is a great voice actor. He's been got tons of things. Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann, who directed for the first time episode 2, kind of talk about the deviations and the things they decided to keep the same. Craig Mazin was a huge fan of the game, which is why a lot of this, we always talk about how people who are fans of the properties can sometimes be the best people to bring on board. 100% is the reason that this happened. And then episode 3, the biggest deviation of all, almost everything that happens in episode 3 does not happen in the game. The idea, the elements are in the game, but none of that happens in the game, which is really refreshing for somebody who's played the game to get something new for the show, and people who are watching the show get something different when they want to play the game. So I thought that was really ingenious for them to do that, because most of that section is mostly gameplay. So I thought them giving a character that most people like from the game his own backstory really flushed out, and the results of what happened in the show and in the game are virtually the same. So that when Cam was asking, does this make sense? Yes, it does, 100%. But yeah, no, I can't wait. It's 9 episodes. Keep me honest, right? It's 9 episodes, so we still got 4 more, and I cannot wait. Because this next episode is probably going to be the most action-packed episode. We're going to learn a lot more about Joel. I can't wait for y'all to see because there's a lot of time in between. There's 20 years.
Isn't there 8 episodes? I can't
remember the 8 or 9. I thought there was 9. I could be wrong. We'll look it up. But
we're gonna learn how much of a deplorable human being he is.
Yeah, when you see him drop that dead body for that kid in the beginning of episode 1, fantastic, super fantastic. But yeah, no, I loved it. It's really good. I can't wait for more. But yeah, no, Last of Us, HBO Max. We'll follow up when this new episode comes out. We'll try to keep up to date, but we record on Sundays, guys. So sorry, what you gonna do? What should we do next? How about an ad? How about an ad break? I was
gonna say go to a break.
I don't have a clever cutaway for you.
That's what I was gonna say.
You know what I mean? I was trying to think of one, but now fuck it. We'll just go to ad break. Enjoy.
Jesus Christ! This is why we don't have used to the ad breaks. God damn it.
Gonna enjoy.
Oh shit! And we're back.
I have a headache.
One day we're going to get the Patreon going and you guys are going to be able to hear some of this unfair.
Yeah, save this footage because there's a part of this podcast that Big Body Bane doesn't want you to play.
Oh my
God. You're left to ask yourselves, not did he, but how many times did he say nigga?
It was twice.
Don't spoil the lead. Fuck. Man, LA, can you stay on topic, please? Let's go, man. Oscars. Baby, let's go.
Nominees. Antonio has them.
I got
We're going to listen to them.
We're waiting on this nigga, bro.
And
Come
of course,
on, LA.
I'm not naming all of these. My
Of
name's
course
Trigger.
not. Only the categories that matter because y'all ain't watching all of the Oscars anyway. So we gonna do the categories that matter.
Let's start at the top. Let's start for the biggest one. Let's go best
That's what
picture.
you tell ladies.
Yeah.
Start from the top.
Start with the top. Hey, start with the top. Start with the top.
You co-sign that, Bane?
Stop first.
This is a sick Negro.
Hey, in with the top. Start with the top. Best picture.
Don't ever go from the base.
Whoa. All Quiet on the Western Front. Avatar: Way of Water. Banshees of Inisherin. Elvis. Everything Everywhere All at Once. The Fablemans. Tar. Top Gun: Maverick. Triangle of Sadness. Women Talking. Those are the best picture noms. Let's
Who's
go.
Because
Like
the joke first?
the Oscar website has them in like weird.
Why did Women Talking get a?
Oh, okay.
Because I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's good or not. So I have to give it a
Okay,
no.
sorry. The Oscar.
Don't try to play me, nigga. I know what I was doing.
The
I haven't
Oscar
seen the
website
movie.
has them listed like ABC order, so I got to kind of scroll.
Speech
Okay,
is the
so
worst movie of the year, but I don't know if you saw
best
it.
actor, we got Austin Butler for Elvis, Colin Farrell. We got Brendan Fraser. Shout out my guy. If Brendan wins this award, I promise I'm crying.
If Brendan Fraser wins this award,
I'm crying.
Sobbing.
Paul Mescal, Bill Nye,
The sign.
Nighy.
Yeah.
Nye? Bill Nye?
Nike.
Bill Nye, the science guy. Best actress.
Skip it.
Kate Blanchett. Anna de Armas.
Okay, time out. Kate Blanchett and Ana de Armas.
I don't give a fuck. Come on, man. All the bullshit.
Put some seasoning in these names, nigga. What are we doing?
Talking about Bane using nigga and you on me. You
Antonio.
Wait, hold on.
In my enunciations.
Yes.
I have not said the worst thing in the last 5 minutes.
Hey, we gonna
I just
start a
thought about
dialogue.
Antonio making a review for women talking, and his review just goes, "Haven't seen it, but I know because of the name of the title, it's weak."
That sounds like a Cam. That's 100% a Cam segment. It's a Cam segment. 100%. Like, I don't understand. That is the easiest layup.
Wait.
I defend Cam to the utmost. That's Cam.
When you know damn well the speech joke was right there.
Cam,
That nigga took a wadded gun bullet.
Antonio's been spraying everywhere.
Like, come on.
Why has it gotta be the movie called Women Talking that you assume that I'm gonna shit on?
I'm just saying, that's so. Listen, when it comes to film breakdowns of the wildest things said, one of us has said the wildest of things.
I tell the truth.
Michelle Williams. Michelle, yo.
She dates Venom. I know who that is.
Oh, man. Okay. Supporting actor, we got Brendan Gleeson, Brian Tyree Henry, Judd
Tell us
Hirsch.
the movies these guys were in, or are you just gonna keep naming the people?
Nah, I'm just saying it, guys. Barry Keegan. I don't feel like doing. I don't feel like doing.
Barry Keoghan.
Is that how you say his name?
Yes.
This nigga is the movie nigga.
The movie nigga.
Yeah, the movie
got
nigga.
mad.
That's the names, nigga. What does that mean? I watch the movies.
Hey yo, I want y'all to remember this the next time he says that we're gonna cost him these spots for actors when he's not even taking the time to get their names right.
Listen,
Who's costing who right now?
What's the next name on the list, Antonio? What's the next name on the list?
Please be difficult.
That was direct.
What's that? Say it.
His name is Key.
Key what?
Key Kwan. Thank you very much.
Ki Hui Kwan. Okay.
I said his name.
Skip the whole part of the name.
Oh
Just got to the
man.
end.
Oh goodness.
I'm pretty sure he has his name listed because that's what he
Here we
wants
go.
to be said.
Here we go. He's gonna get this one right. Come on now.
Hey, why you guys do it, man? I'm not doing this anymore.
Hey, this script is kind of good.
Yeah,
You were offered to do it
I didn't get shit on me after every name I was
because I didn't think you was gonna say them wrong.
Did you say them?
Antonio didn't like to pop.
I've done it regularly.
Okay, well then pull up the names. You got it. You got it, Chief.
Antonio didn't like to popcorn read in school. Is all I'm learning.
Oh man.
So who's gonna win?
Oh my god!
Why don't you tell us one of the names that's gonna win?
I'm pulling up the
know.
Oscar noms right now, man.
All right,
Will it be Anna D. Arms?
I didn't even say that.
We didn't let you get that far.
Best supporting actress.
I didn't say it like that.
Best supporting actress, we got Angela Bassett for Black Panther. We've got Huang
Definitely.
Chao for The Whale. Carrie Condon for Banshees of Inisherin.
Gondon.
Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once. How? And Stephanie Sue? Is it Sue?
You say how?
She was good enough.
Yeah. How did fucking Jamie Lee get? I feel like that was a lifetime achievement. And plus, we all know who's gonna win. We all know that Angela Bassett's gonna win, right, guys?
She fucking better.
She should. I don't know.
I got kind of worried because y'all didn't kind of join me in that.
No, because you said we all know who's gonna win. We don't all know who's gonna win. We
I
know
feel
who
like
should win.
I feel like that's why they split the vote with the whole.
These niggas do not always bat 1,000.
That's why they put the two Everything Everywhere All at Once women in this, because they kind of know they're going to split the vote. Carrie Condon is good in Banshees of Inisherin, and I didn't see The Whale yet. But I feel like they put Angela Bassett here because they know that they owe her one still from fucking What's Love Got to Do With It, which is one of the biggest robberies in Oscar history.
She definitely deserves it.
Best original screenplay, we have Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, and Triangle of Sadness. I didn't watch Triangle of Sadness. Did you guys watch it?
No,
That's the only one of the best pictures that I haven't seen yet.
Tar is currently on Peacock.
I've actually seen women talking, and it's a good movie.
I think so.
Okay. All right. I really don't think there's many more that we really need to say. I mean, best song.
No, none that really stand out. Maybe best adapted screenplay.
What did I just say? Best original?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me scroll back up here. Best original, best adapted. Best adapted, we had All Quiet on the Western Front, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery, Living, Top Gun Maverick, and Women Talking. I don't know why Glass Onion only got this nomination.
I don't know.
I think because it leans too heavily into comedy, and comedies don't tend to take too many prizes home at the Oscars.
That accent is pretty hilarious.
I think this is also why we don't get any Nope noms. I feel like comedy and horror.
Nope's not nominated at all.
No.
Yeah, Nope didn't get any noms, bro. Not even for like visual effects, bro.
Yeah, what a
like,
fucking
I'm
snub.
so stunned by that.
Comedy and horror for whatever reason. And then there's this. So there's it changes. It's been changing throughout the years, but over the last couple years, there's now like almost this. There's like this dead spot for movies, and if you look at most of these movies that are nominated for Best Picture, they were released in the fall and on, because there's like releasing your movie at the beginning of the year is almost a surefire way to not get anything. The summer now used to be the thing, but even the summer is a dead spot, which is when Nope came out. I think the only reason why Top Gun did it is because Top Gun ran the entire summer, and there's no way that you can't award that because they were for about 3 months, for a 3-month span, they were on and off as number one. So I think Nope was just in that bad spot. But then you get to like October and on, and most of these movies that are here came out then or further. So it's something about being fresher on the mind, maybe.
Do you think Nope is a better movie than Top Gun Maverick? Because I know you love both.
Yes, it is.
I think it is.
Movie.
But I mean,
I think
obviously
it is.
me, because I wasn't a big up on Maverick, but
It's a better movie, but
Probably, but then now they've got to, I think, especially with how many movies are there? 8?
isn't there 10 nominees?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
10?
10.
There's supposed to be 10.
So I think
they expanded to 10 after the Dark Knight debacle.
So
They
I think
considered
two of
expanding
these-
it to 11 after they realized that they never even think about nominating Marvel movies. So they thought about 11, but then they realized we're dial it back and keep it at 10. So after the Dark Knight, though, they considered they moved it
so
to 10.
based
Well, the funny
on-
thing is the two the two blockbuster movies here could probably have both been bumped, but you gotta have blockbuster movies. You can't have the two highest grossing movies of the year not make it, and I think that's why you have.
Like they never actually.
Yeah,
they never. It felt like for a while they never really had.
You can't have 10 movies and not have any of them be, especially when they're trying to get back to getting people at the theater. You got to reward the movies that were in the theater.
The movies that people know.
That's why you see Top Gun and Avatar both get a nod, because I think they really, really want people to get back to the theater.
So, so like when they based on this list of Best Picture, what are you guys' predictions for Best Picture?
What's the nominees again? Best Picture?
Best Picture nominees are All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin,
okay,
Elvis,
nope,
The Fabelmans,
never seen it,
Tar,
never seen it. The
Fabelmans obviously being the Steven Spielberg movie. Tar is on, I want to say Peacock, so I'm definitely going to give it a watch. Top Gun Maverick. Triangle of Sadness.
Never seen it.
Women Talking. And Everything Everywhere All at Once.
LA, how many of these have you seen?
LA has only seen 2 of them.
I've heard you say they haven't seen this.
I'm sorry. LA saw 3 of them. Yeah, 3 out of 10. Yeah. 3 out of 10.
Which is a good ratio for me.
You said no really.
There wouldn't be that.
You said no really fast after Elvis, and let me just say that you might want to prepare to be disappointed, because I would not be shocked if that movie wins, like, at all.
I would be disappointed. I'd cry maybe a little.
Well, disappointed is one thing, but I wouldn't be shocked at all. And he might win Best Actor.
Oh, that's terrible. It's horrible to think of. Something else he stole from black people.
But so the way did you watch? You didn't watch it, did you?
Elvis? No, I have no intentions of watching it.
So the way that they told the story was, it wasn't necessarily from Elvis's POV. It's actually from the manager. So they're telling the story of Elvis via the manager who Tom Hanks played.
The Colonel.
Yeah. So
the Colonel.
Yeah.
Well, that's his nickname. Yeah, it was the Colonel.
Was it really? Oh wow.
That was his nickname, right? The Colonel.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Being objective, the performances were really good. I mean, if you're putting aside how you feel about Elvis as a person, the honestly, we don't often get these years, but these are one of the years where there's really not a movie here that I don't get why they're here. Like, I see why all these movies are here, and it's gonna be tight because Tar was really good. The Fabelmans, which is like Spielberg's ode to himself, which is pretty damn fire to be able to make a movie later in your life about you. Banshees that can, like, there's a few of these that could win, and I don't think that there's a clear runaway favorite at all.
It doesn't feel that way at all.
There's an outside
right?
chance. I don't think it wins, but there's an outside chance that they try to give Top Gun something. I don't think it gets Best Picture though.
It's not because
it just goes against against what they say. Well, what they deserve doesn't matter. That doesn't matter in this
industry.
Because I don't. Well, I feel better about. What's the movie that you didn't like?
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out.
You're talking about Parasite.
Parasite. So I liked Parasite a lot more than Cam.
Loved it.
So I'm not going to say that didn't deserve to win, but I do think that there were about 2 or 3 movies better than that.
That movie was just okay.
There's a way to check the box
picture for no fucking reason.
You check the box because you get a foreign director winning.
Was it better than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I didn't say it was. I said
no. I'm not talking to you.
Oh no!
I'm talking to the nigga.
No. I wouldn't say it's a better movie, but I did.
The Ice Road Trucker, nigga.
Don't put that on me.
That make it to the show.
Did you think that movie was better than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
No. But I'm just saying I enjoyed that movie. I really liked it.
That movie was so mid, and they tried to act like it was so groundbreaking and revolutionary. Like, nigga, there's nothing revolutionary, groundbreaking about this movie. Oh my god! Did you see the allegories on Class? Really, my nigga? Could you shut the fuck up? Shut the fuck up. That movie is not fire like that, yo. Come on, my nigga. What are we talking about?
So real quick, that was the year. There was Parasite, Ford vs. Ferrari, Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That's probably like the fifth best movie on that list.
Yeah, I don't know about fifth.
I'm not too strong.
Oh, you're gonna say fourth? Not too strong. What a leap! It's gonna be fourth on the list. Oh God! Oh, whoa! What a twist! Okay, who gives a fuck? It wasn't the best movie. Come on, man.
Oh man, but he won the double. He won Best Director and he won Best Picture.
He did, and I thought that was gonna be a split. I thought they were going to split that.
I wouldn't have been mad at Best Director
they
going
gave
to
both.
Parasite and Best Movie going to Once Upon a Time. That feels better. Feels like the universe would have panned out better. But
I feel like at the same time, though, if we ever gave Quentin Tarantino a Best Picture Oscar, you want to talk about insufferable. My God. I don't know if he would ever shut the fuck up if we gave him that.
be dead nigga storage every week.
Well, he almost got it. Remember when
that nigga coming on stage and thinking dead nigga story.
yeah, that'd be crazy.
I like this.
He did get mentioned though with the Best Director award because he had shouted out Quentin and then he shouted out Martin in his Best Director. You know, Martin. So but yeah, that'd have been funny to hear him talk about how he started at the movie store and
my mom was fucking a black guy and took me to the movies.
He'd have been naming directors and movies that influenced him that we never heard of.
And they all would have been like Grindhouse pictures and we were like, yo, what the fuck is this nigga talking about?
I heard him once say start at the top.
Okay, real quick. I think Tar wins Best Picture.
Wow, you were that high up on it.
I think Colin wins.
I would be surprised.
I think Colin wins Best Actor, although I want Brendan to win. Damn. You know what? Let me switch that because I think Kate will win Best Act. Kate will win Best
Kate
Actress.
is winning Best Actress. Kate Blanchett.
And then
is
let me
winning Best
switch.
Actress.
Then let me switch. Let me switch to the Fablemans.
I mean, Kate's amazing, and Tar is just I feel like the push right now for the Fablemans
let me switch to Fablemans.
is kind of crazy. And if I feel like Fablemans winning, it's like you just got to go. Okay, it is what it is.
Song?
Yeah.
If Elvis wins, I'm sick.
I ain't watching movies for a year.
Oh my
but
God!
I don't hear a lot of buzz about Elvis that way. I hear a lot of buzz about Austin Butler, Austin Butler's performance as Elvis. I don't hear a lot of like people saying Elvis as a whole
I thought
earns
Elvis was
Best
just
Picture.
And they just enjoyed the performance of him as Elvis.
Listen, man, there's a real groundswell for that movie, and it's by the whites. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not going to argue. I mean, right now with
Herbert turns into sinkhole.
Everything around that film, I think it's prime for
it's a lot. It's a heavyweight fight right now because a lot of them are making their big push. I'm seeing Whale. I know Whale's not Best Picture, but I'm seeing Whale like commercials like every day. So
you got to push Brendan Fraser.
Really into that season where you're going to see who's going to really push. But that's another thing.
I'm happy for Austin Butler. They didn't really push Nope like that. But they didn't push Nope like that.
You didn't really hear much about.
Well, also, I think you saw no push because it didn't really get a lot of fanfare in other circles. So once that happens, then you're kind of you know not to push either way. But I feel like the push right now and the groundswells that I've seen. It's not looking good for like movies that I would want to win. Let's put it that way. It's looking better for all the movies that I don't want to win. Like if Everything Everywhere All at Once wins Best Picture.
That's 2 times Asians have beaten you that you're going to be upset about.
Why are you saying Asians beat me like I don't want a PlayStation, nigga? I would be livid.
Oh my God.
I would be so livid if they gave that shit to them. I'm like, that movie is not that good. It's not that good, man. So like, I'll be livid. It's like, once again, it's
oh my God.
I don't get the feeling that it's really going to be able to make that push for Best Picture. They might be able to do director, but I doubt it.
Director? Maybe one. They got a screenplay nod, right? Give him a screenplay, I guess. But like, I do feel bad for Michelle Yeoh because any other year, she probably snatches that best
Right.
actress.
Well, see, that's what's so crazy about this.
Kate Blanchett, man.
Usually you get
Yeah,
some
the little
crossover.
bit that I've seen of Tar, she's destroyed that role.
No, she kills it to the point where people thought that she was playing a real person.
I thought she was playing a real person.
Like people were like searching her, trying to find out who. Like, no, this is not a real person. Like,
I
she's
googled her and I was like, oh, this is for the movie.
But I think because there's not a whole lot of crossover. Like a lot of the people in best actor, best actress, best picture, best director, like it's a lot of the same movies. So it's not like usually you get like for best actor, you'd find somebody from a movie that maybe didn't get nominated. But for the most part, we're seeing the same people, the same directors, the same movies. So it's gonna be a slug out. And I'm wondering if they're gonna like split some of those awards based on how some of this comes out. Who knows?
Who knows indeed. Here's something I know. It's the end of the episode. That has been a awesome entertainment time. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Cam, motherfucking Archer, please tell the good folks, the wrongdoers, where they can find you.
You can find me searching this old white woman who just won Best Song of the Year at the Grammys because I don't know who the fuck she is. All I know is everybody was like, oh, she's old and white. Let's clap for her. At Cam Archer. On all platforms.
It's
I
like,
want to be nominated for a Grammy.
Y'all had y'all blackity black moment. Now let's
No,
give the
literally
award.
everybody was just kind of like, oh, okay. I think it was like Brenda Rat or something like that. I don't know.
Ratner? Antonio, tell the wrongdoers where they can find you.
Oh, they can find me practicing actor and
18th
actress
hole.
names. Also, you can find me at A. Devon Johnson everywhere.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
All at once.
Yeah. You can find me at L.A._GFC on Instagram and LA_GFC on Twitter. More importantly, you can follow us on the pod, DTWT Pod. That again is at DTWT Pod on both Instagram and on Twitter. Also, make sure you follow us on YouTube, like, subscribe, and share the video. Leave a comment. We like to see you guys get engaged, even if we don't say anything back to you. That's WTWT pod. Also
DTWT Pod.
Damn, did I have some extra letters? Sorry, it's getting long in the tooth. Also, make sure you follow our producer, the one who makes this whole thing run, our mighty producer, Big Body Bane, at JOZH_Martinez. Thank you, everybody, for enjoying this new way of us doing things. Hopefully you guys get acclimated as quickly as we allow you to. As always, it's always nice to be good. It's way more fun to do the wrong thing. We out.
Nah, being.